Hey everyone, and welcome back to Thesaurus Thrive. Have you ever found yourself at the airport feeling a little bit lost for words, trying to ask for directions or just understand an announcement? It's a super common situation, right?
Absolutely, Lily. I've been there myself, especially when I was first starting to travel more. That moment of panic when you can't find your gate or you don't understand what final call actually means. It can be really stressful, and you just wish you could speak English more confidently in those moments.
Exactly. And that's exactly what we're tackling today. We're going to dive deep into English conversation at the airport. Our goal is to equip you with all the essential phrases, vocabulary, and confidence you need to navigate any airport anywhere in the world, like a pro. Think of this as your personal guide to smooth travels in English.
Yeah, we're going to break down the whole airport experience, step by step, from when you first arrive until you've picked up your bags at your destination. We'll give you clear examples, practical phrases, and even a little practice session. So buckle up, everyone, because we're about to take off on a language learning journey.
Love that, Ava. Let's start right at the beginning, even before you step foot in the airport. It's all about planning, right? When you're booking a flight, there are a few key terms you'll hear. For example, direct flight versus connecting flight, or layover.
Oh, that's a good one to start with. A direct flight means you go straight from your starting city to your destination without any stops. Super convenient, usually more expensive. But a connecting flight or a layover means you have one or more stops where you change planes. Like, my flight has a layover in Dubai before going to London.
Perfect example. And then you have round trip versus one way. Round trip means you're flying there and back. One way means just one direction. Simple but important terms for booking.
Right. And before you even get to the airport, what about packing? We always talk about carry-on luggage versus checked baggage. Your carry-on is the bag you take with you onto the plane, often fitting in the overhead compartment. Your checked baggage goes in the cargo hold of the plane.
And there are strict rules for carry-on luggage, especially about liquids. Remember the 3-1-1 rule if you're traveling in many places? Liquids, gels, and aerosols must be in 3.4-ounce or 100 milliliter containers, stored in one quart-size bag and limited to one bag per passenger. It's a mouthful, but understanding liquids rule is key to passing security smoothly.
Yes, absolutely. And also, don't forget your important documents, passport, visa if required for your destination, and your boarding pass. Sometimes you have an e-ticket, which is just an electronic ticket, often on your phone.
Okay, so you've packed, you've got your documents ready. Now let's fast forward to arriving at the airport. The first thing you'll probably look for is your terminal. Airports can be huge with multiple terminals, so you might need to ask, which terminal is my flight departing from? Or, where is Terminal 3?
Yeah, and once you're in the right terminal, you'll head to the check-in counter. This is where you officially check in for your flight. You'll often hear the question, are you checking any bags today? Or, how many bags are you checking? And if your bag is too heavy, they'll say it's overweight luggage, and you might have to pay extra.
That overweight luggage fee is never fun. At the check-in counter, you can also often request your seat. Do you prefer a window seat to look out or an aisle seat for easy access to the lavatory? You might say, could I have a window seat, please? Or is an aisle seat available?
Oh, that's such a good one to know, and they'll probably ask if you're flying economy class, business class, or first class. Most of us are in economy, which is the standard cabin.
After you check in, they'll give you your boarding pass, which has your flight number, gate number, and boarding time. Right, the boarding pass is essential. Don't lose it. Next up, security check. This is where you show your boarding pass and ID, and they screen you and your bags. You'll hear instructions like, please place all electronics in a separate bin, or take off your shoes and belt.
And remember to take everything out of your pockets, keys, phones, coins. You might hear, empty your pockets, please. Sometimes, if there's a problem, they might do a pat-down, which is a physical search. It's standard procedure, nothing to worry about usually.
Yeah, it's just part of the process to ensure everyone's safety. After security, you're free to head to your boarding gate. This is where you'll wait to board your flight. Look for signs that say gates or departures. You'll also see your flight number and gate number on your boarding pass and on the large screens.
And sometimes flights are delayed, meaning they're running late. Or they might be on time. You'll hear announcements like, Flight BA249 to London is now boarding at gate B23, or We regret to announce that flight KL607 is delayed by 2 hours.
Knowing delayed and on time is super useful.
Absolutely.
And don't miss the final call for your flight. That means they're about to close the doors and you need to get to your gate immediately. So if you hear, "This is the final call for passenger, your name on flight AB123, you better run."
Haha, exactly. Once it's time to board, they'll usually call by boarding group. You'll find your group number on your boarding pass. Sometimes there's priority boarding for certain passengers, like those with young children or first-class travelers.
Okay, so you've successfully boarded the plane. Great job. Now you need to find your seat number. It's usually clearly marked. If someone is in your seat, you can politely say, "Excuse me, I think this is my seat." Or if you're not sure, "Is this seat taken?"
Once you're settled, you'll need to put your carry-on bag in the overhead compartment above your seat, or under the seat in front of you. And of course, fasten your seatbelt. The flight attendants will remind you, "Please fasten your seatbelts."
Right. During the flight, you might hear "take off" when the plane leaves the ground and "land" when it arrives. Sometimes there's turbulence, which means the plane is shaking a bit due to air currents. Nothing to worry about usually, but they'll often ask you to stay seated and keep your seatbelt fastened.
And if you need anything from the flight attendant, you can press the call button above your seat. You might ask for a glass of water, a blanket, or headphones. They also often serve meal service on longer flights.
Okay, we've flown, we've landed. Now for arrival. The first stop after getting off the plane is usually immigration or passport control. You'll need to present your passport to an immigration officer. They might ask you, "What is the purpose of your visit?" or "How long will you be staying?"
And be prepared to answer honestly and clearly. After immigration, you'll likely go through customs. Sometimes you'll fill out a customs declaration form about what you're bringing into the country. You'll usually just walk through the green channel if you have nothing to declare, or the red channel if you do.
Exactly. After customs, it's time for baggage claim. This is where you pick up your checked baggage. You'll see several carousels or baggage belts. Look for your flight number on the screens to find the correct carousel.
And if your bag doesn't show up, that's when you go to the lost and found desk or the lost luggage counter. You'll need your baggage tag, which they usually stick to your boarding pass. So always keep that handy.
Such a good tip, Ava. Finally, you've got your bags. You're out of the airport. You'll need ground transportation. Are you taking a taxi, a shuttle bus, or did you reserve a rental car? You might ask, "Where is the taxi stand?" or "How do I get to the rental car center?"
Okay, wow, we covered so much. From booking to getting out of the airport, that's a lot of useful vocabulary and phrases. Let's do a quick recap of some really important ones, just to help them stick.
Great idea, Ava. Let's reinforce these. So remember, direct flight versus connecting flight, carry-on bag versus checked baggage, check-in counter, security check, boarding gate, flight number, gate number, delayed or on time, boarding pass, window seat or aisle seat, baggage claim. These are your absolute essentials.
Yes, repeat these words to yourselves. The more you hear them and say them, the more natural they'll become.
And now for a quick practice section. I'm going to say some simple sentences you might use, and I want you, our listeners, to repeat them out loud after me. Don't be shy, let's practice speaking. All right, first one. My flight is to London. Say it with me. My flight is to London.
Good. Next, where is the check-in counter for flight BA249?
Your turn. Where is the check-in counter for flight BA249? Excellent. How about, "Can I have a window seat, please?" Repeat. "Can I have a window seat, please?"
You're doing great. Try this. Is this the correct gate for my flight? Say it. Is this the correct gate for my flight?
Last one. Where can I find the baggage claim? Practice. Where can I find the baggage claim?
Fantastic practice, everyone. Even just repeating those few sentences out loud can make a huge difference in building your speaking confidence. Now, let's hear a short mini conversation to see how some of these phrases fit into a real-life scenario.
Ava, do you want to play the airline agent and I'll be the passenger? I'd love to. All right, I'm ready for your questions, Passenger Lily.
Okay. Excuse me, I'm flying to New York, flight AA101. Which terminal is that?
Let me check for you. Flight AA101 to New York departs from Terminal 2. The check-in counters are on the upper level.
Thank you. And I have one checked bag. Is it overweight?
Please place it on the scale. It's just under the limit. You're good to go. Would you prefer a window seat or an aisle seat?
Oh, wonderful. An aisle seat, please. And what gate will that be?
Your boarding pass shows gate C42 and boarding starts at 3:30 p.m. Have a pleasant flight.
Thank you so much.
See? That wasn't so scary. Just knowing a few key phrases makes a world of difference. You can confidently ask for information and understand the responses.
That was a great little dialogue, Lily. It really highlights how simple and direct these conversations can be. You don't need complex grammar, just the right words. And speaking of confidence, let's share some motivation and tips for improving your English fluency, especially for travel.
My first tip would be to listen actively. When you're at the airport or even watching videos about travel, pay close attention to announcements, conversations, and instructions. Try to catch keywords. The more you hear, the more familiar these phrases become.
That's a fantastic one, Ava. My next tip is to practice role-playing. You can do this by yourself in front of a mirror or with a friend. Imagine you're at the check-in counter or going through security. What would you say? What questions might they ask? The more you simulate these situations, the less intimidating they'll feel in real life.
Yes, absolutely. And don't be afraid to ask for clarification. If you don't understand something, it's perfectly okay to say, "Could you please repeat that?" or "Could you speak a little slower?" Airport staff are used to helping people from all over the world, so they're usually very patient.
That's such an important point, Ava. Many learners worry about making mistakes or not understanding, but truly, most people are happy to help if you're polite and clear. Another tip is to use travel apps and online resources. There are so many apps that provide common phrases in different languages, and practicing with them can be really beneficial.
Definitely. And finally, just embrace the experience. Travel is about new adventures, and speaking English is part of that. Don't let the fear of making a mistake stop you from communicating. Every time you try, you're learning and growing. It's a journey, not a sprint.
What a beautiful way to put it, Ava. And that brings us to the end of our episode on English conversation at the airport. We really hope this has given you a significant boost in confidence and provided you with the practical tools you need for your next trip.
We certainly do. Remember, the key is consistent practice. Keep listening to podcasts like ours, keep repeating those phrases, and keep imagining yourself speaking English confidently. You've got this.
Before we sign off, if you found this episode helpful, please do us a huge favor and hit that like button. Share this with anyone you know who's learning English, and of course, subscribe to Thesaurus Thrive for more practical English fluency lessons.
Your support really helps us create more content just for you. So thank you so much for joining us today. Keep practicing daily, keep being curious, and we'll catch you in the next episode for another exciting topic.
Happy travels and happy learning, everyone. See you next time on Thesaurus Thrive.